Hello and welcome back to Actors After Dark.
Yeah.
I said it right this week.
You did.
You actually did.
I'm hosting this week, I guess, apparently. I'm Neil. This is
Jordan.
just way what a podcast.
I thought.
Hello.
I honestly thought you were going to say the name, so now I'm just waiting for
Okay,
you.
that's Alan.
Thank you.
That's Zach.
Well, they met us last week.
Yeah, well, every week we will introduce ourselves again.
Just in case you forget.
Until
in
it
case
gets
you forget.
old and we stop doing it.
It'll never get old. We almost, I like, people probably thought we've already given up, seeing as it's been 2 weeks since our last upload.
Well,
But
yeah.
we're
We
back.
have. We've not.
I mean, we've given up on life, but like not on this.
Yeah.
We're determined to do this.
True to both. We've given up.
Can I
fully.
just like? I'm so sorry. You've actually got a hair.
I've got lots of hair.
I was
Alan.
looking at it the entire time, and I was
Unlike
trying to get rid of it.
So yeah, welcome back. We're this week. Last week we said we were going to talk about our experience with the university we all went to. I still go there. Zach has moved over the road
Next door, yeah.
to
Bloody
Bournemouth University, but we all met and started out at the Arts
We did.
University in Bournemouth.
If you put an M on the end of BU, you get bum because they're shits.
I hope it's been a minute because I don't want to bleep that, but
Okay, all I'm gonna say.
haha, BU,
Yeah.
bitch. Nah, BU are fine. I'm indifferent to
My
it.
brother went to BU.
Oh, they're not fine.
BU is fine. There just seems to exist a superficial turf war in which no one gains anything.
Other than turf.
Yeah, like what is the point of this whole like BU shit? AUB's the best.
No.
Like it's just they're both.
Well, I think it's
universities.
more from BU. I think BU
Oh,
think
yes,
AUB is
the
shit,
other way around,
and then
yeah.
AUB don't care.
I mean, we go to
Yeah.
an arts university and we always get shat upon. So
Yeah, it doesn't
We're
count as
pretty
a
much
real
used to
thing.
it.
I mean, being an arts uni, you just kind of target.
Yeah, you go as soon as you go. Oh yeah, do something creative. They just see you as a massive target.
Our degrees are written in crayon.
Yeah.
They're not
Our,
literally
our
written in
degrees
crayon,
are
but
our degrees are written in crayon on sugar paper.
Yeah.
And you just
So
eat
traced
it.
over the BU degrees.
I remember my first, I think when I just joined AUB, I went to a pre-drinks at one of the BU's halls. Cannot remember who I knew to go there, but I was basically, fish out of water, surrounded by a bunch of BU people, and they're like, "Oh, what course are you doing?" And first you have to say, "Well, I'm actually at AUB."
Yeah, I actually don't go
Yeah,
there.
I don't.
And then all of a sudden, that's when you have everyone's attention.
The room just goes silent.
I picture it like an 80s movie where like everyone just beats up on the one kid, like you're Danny LaRusso and everyone else is Cobra Kai.
And they were like, "Oh, okay. So, well, what do you study at AUB?" And I'm like, I study film." I mean, first of all, film is also a subject at BU.
Yeah.
So there's not a lot of point in attacking that specific course.
yeah.
But so this one guy was like, "Oh, film's not a good subject, blah blah blah. I do psychology, whatever." And I just said, "Listen, man, I don't want well." He said, "Psychology is a better degree than film." And I said, "I don't want a degree. I'm here for a career."
I love the idea of you saying that to a psychologist.
And that guy
Fuck your efforts.
just didn't talk to you the rest of the evening.
Can't imagine why.
You
Yeah,
see,
some-
that's kind of like the difference between like like BU halls parties and AUB halls parties, because it wouldn't be so much you guys, but Zach and I lived in Madeira halls, which is AUB halls, and like the parties there
As if
were
we didn't know it.
mental.
But they don't know it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that
The people.
That's the point of the podcast.
We're not just having a conversation, we're actually talking to people.
Sorry.
Not that they're listening, because we didn't get any views on the last one. But Alan, do go on, tell them more about
anyway,
Madeira.
but yeah, that kind of like tells you the difference of it is that like with AUB parties, there's like a weird, like this is gonna sound very very strange, but there's a weird sense of creativity. Like
Hence,
Like- what I was gonna say, do you remember?
Because it's an arts unit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, but what I was gonna say was, do you remember the whole baby thing with the
Yes.
toy baby?
That wasn't even anything to do with the house party. That's just a thing that existed.
That's not even to do with like AUB though.
No, but I just mean like
I-
that's just something.
I
like,
go to AUB and I have no idea what we're talking about.
Oh, you haven't know about
I'm
this?
just going to imagine that people listening
You
also
haven't
have
heard
no
of,
idea
you
what
haven't
we're
heard
talking
of the
about.
baby.
I keep hearing this word baby.
Can we not get into the baby story?
Can
on
we
this?
please? Because I need to know.
Can we just justify it? It wasn't actually a real baby.
It was
as
not
well.
a real baby.
Okay.
Can we wrap it up quick though, so we can get the topic we're actually discussing on the podcast?
Zach,
Okay, so
30 seconds,
long
go.
story short, I'm sitting in my kitchen and I know it's like I think I want to say 9 p.m. And so I look outside and I see what I soon figure out is the head of a doll baby swinging side by side that's been on a piece of tape. And I look at like the Hall's group chat and people are like, hey, what's that outside the window? And then the next thing that appears in the group chat is a photo of me and my housemates holding the baby's head. And then someone on your course like messaged in the group chat, oh my god, giving my baby. And then for some reason they send down the rest of the baby, and so we naturally take that as well. And then a pram ends up in our flat. I can't remember whether or how that got there because I can't remember it being able to fit through any of the windows because they're the anti-suicide 4-inch opening
That's
ones.
the only way it would get in is through the window.
So we have this baby. I think it had one arm and one leg, and so we just put it in this pram and we taped about 12 empty beer bottles to it.
We'll
at
see.
4 in the morning.
We'll see if we can edit one of the photos Zach's got in.
Yeah, we have
That's a lot. It's a saga.
God, making me do work.
Yeah.
Shit.
Sorry.
Damn
mate.
it. That might happen. And if it doesn't, you'll get a message saying, fuck you.
But just
One of the two.
But just zoomed up.
Keep
on
watching to find
Yeah,
out.
so I got creative
Sorry,
that night,
Dom.
as you might see in the photos.
Anyway, why did everyone go to AUB?
Oh Jesus.
I don't know if I can say
Why?
I don't know if I can say the whole story as if why I went to AUB. Like,
Well, a playing factor for you was that you were dating someone, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, no, it wasn't the fact.
No, that's not the whole reason.
No,
You played into it.
I was dating someone that was going to AUB as well. Yes, however, I also I wanted to go. So I auditioned for drama school. I auditioned for UAL when I got in, and they wanted 13 grand a year, which I don't have, and it wasn't going to be covered by student funding or anything like that with student finance. So I was kind of screwed there. But I also kind of realised as I came out from that interview, that audition, that I kind of wanted to go to a uni and actually live a university life. University experience is very different to a drama school in the sense of, especially you meet other people from different courses. It's not just all drama related.
Yeah, I think
subjects.
even just like going down to just like having halls. I
Yeah.
don't know a lot of drama
schools that have halls.
Yeah.
You don't. A lot of the time you have to find your own accommodation,
Yeah.
especially within London.
So you just end up living with like 4 people,
Yeah.
and like there's just 4 of you in a house, and like you don't really get on. And,
No.
Like you have this dumb idea to start a podcast, and that sort of goes downhill quite quickly.
Wait, what?
This was a conscious decision, Neil.
Wait, sorry, no, I
What do you mean we don't get along?
You're thinking of the lamppost.
Oh yeah, go subscribe to The Lamppost, my main channel that I forgot to shout out last week, even though I
made
was
you-
wearing the t-shirt.
Made you
I
pancakes.
was
That was
wearing
the
armor.
shout out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a subliminal shout
That's the shout out. There you go, Sam.
you go.
Fuck you. You got
Oh.
your shout out.
Okay. Fuck you. Go subscribe.
But yeah, so
Shit it
so,
among us, Sam.
so I went. I came because obviously that happened. I came.
I wasn't gonna say it,
there
but I
goes
found
us
that
getting
funny.
monetized.
I find that funny.
No, so basically, yeah. So I eventually, that's why I decided to come to AUB, because obviously I wanted to do a university degree. This was I came to an open day for AUB, so it was the first open day I did. It was close to home as well. It wasn't too far away, and it had the beach. I love the beach. It's a nice area. It almost feels like a home away from home in a way.
Yeah,
Whereas
well,
London feels very concrete jungle, quite
Because we've said
Distant.
since, like, I could see myself retiring
retiring
in
here.
Bournemouth.
Yeah.
and like probably coming back to it as like
Yeah.
a
Plus as
base.
well, like obviously when I went to the open day and when I came to do my audition, AEB is something heavily on collaborating with other people on your course.
Like that.
It's you collaborate with the film department, the costume department, the makeup department, animation, so many different things, and you don't always get that opportunity at a university, let alone drama school. And that's what AEB kind of pride themselves on. Also, they touch upon film, which is something that also it was sold us all.
Yeah.
And it's not so much for us, but there is, like on Zach's course, there's an understanding that you can possibly be in a graduation film, which is a huge benefit.
Is that
I would say
touched
that
on film.
Touch on film.
I would say that the
Did I say
level
touch on
of
No, you said touched upon, but my head just went. Like that?
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, carry on.
I would say that the level of collaboration that the courses like themselves actively accommodate is quite minimal.
Yeah.
Because there's only between film and acting, there's only one
Actual unit.
one actual unit where they
told to
work
work
together.
Yeah, but it's still more than what even drama school now is.
Also, just having the people nearby, like
It's beneficial.
And also, there's this whole thing of like you can communicate to each other so easily. You can just send an email out saying, "I need a voice actor. I need a costume designer."
And I think it's good that they do that unit as early as possible because then you know the actors.
Yeah,
at the
that's
uni.
fair. And you know who you can work with and who you can't work with, and who's lovely and who's
I mean, there are some other course bridges which like aren't so well laid out. For example, you'd think that the uni would go to quite a lot of lengths to make sure that film and animation collaborate, or with VFX, but all of that's completely left up.
Up to choice.
Because I know that-
animation are basically a film department of their own. Like they write and direct and do all of that.
Yeah,
themselves.
I mean they'll because I remember there have been like I want to say 3 or 4 occasions throughout the 3 years I was at AEB where an animation film would be like, hey, we need a sound designer, or I just hear about it from friends. I'd get in contact, and then they'd say, cool, yeah, let's see your stuff. I send them my stuff, and they'd say, cool, we want you to sound design the film. And then I wait 3 weeks, and the lecturers on the animation come in and hire someone from outside of uni.
Woo! How
Like
exciting!
yeah.
Someone needs to tell the animation lecturers that like they're
There are people
I'll do it. I'll just
like
go in.
down the hall who can do the job
like it's
for free.
it's the same building.
They will do
like,
it for exposure to begin with.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, even like I was going to do a VFX grad film as well, and I like hired a team to do the sound on set for me during the shoot, and then the lecturer just went ahead and hired a sound designer from off campus just because that's what they were used to doing.
That's frustrating.
Yeah.
So why did you go to BU?
Why did you go to-
AEB and BU. I mean, well,
Yeah.
AEB to begin
Which
with.
one you want to know about first?
AEB.
AEB.
Give us
Give us
AEB.
AEB. Now,
Fuck bum.
We'll move on to bum later.
So I looked. I kind of knew
How it always goes.
I kind of knew I wanted to do film, like, kind of at least 2 years in advance of going to AUB because of like A levels and whatever. But so I looked around all the film courses that I knew were available because you've got Canterbury Christchurch, but the course there is film, TV, and radio, and it's all quite equally spread between them. But I thought I don't want to, I'm not really interested in radio, so I wanted a more film focused course. So I looked at Farnham, but it was in the middle of nowhere.
I was going to go there.
The three that I found that I really liked were Bournemouth, Portsmouth, and Winchester. Winchester was really nice because they basically offered, from what I remember, quite a similar course to AUB. And I remember for A levels the grade boundaries were much lower, so it was quite. It was just a good idea for it to be a backup. The same case with Portsmouth. However, with Portsmouth, the grade boundaries were the same as AUB. Like, I think for the film course for Portsmouth and AUB, it was ABB at A level, and Winchester, it was just like 3 Cs.
Aim high.
But I mean, generally with like arts related unis, if you have a good portfolio, which you know likely will bring because it's an arts uni, they will just like lower your offer. Like they offered me for AB the grade boundaries of BC, but in the end I got like BCE, and they just like changed it to unconditional on the day. So it's not like really about the grades anyway, because it.
Like our course was like that does happen on our course, but
Yeah, a lot of people.
however, it is like normally they do like they want high grades. BBB is what they normally want for AB.
But that exact same thing, I got a conditional offer of BBB.
And then they changed it to unconditional.
No, what happened was I got 2 B's and a C.
And
I got it.
Yeah.
So
it can happen.
It
I
does.
think they are lenient on
evidence
it,
of
especially on our course because we had to audition.
Yeah.
And they
They
say,
also
yeah,
give
some-
people over 21 unconditional offers.
That is very
Yeah.
true.
Yes.
Yeah, that is true.
Awesome. Alan, why did you pick AUB?
Because I wanted to get out of Northern Ireland.
Don't we all?
Fair enough.
I've never
that's
been. And
That's a joke. That's a joke. I do love back home.
Yeah. Northern Ireland's
But
great.
it is lovely.
Yeah, it's like complete opposite end of.
Yeah,
of the hemisphere.
it's a weird one for me. It's a weird one for me because
You
like
okay?
I had to. All right, Neil, calm down.
I'm drunk.
Calm down.
On the other side of the hemisphere. What the fuck are you talking about?
Making funnies.
He's making a joke.
That was a good
He's
one.
having a good
Thanks,
laugh.
guys. Oh.
But yeah, so it was a bit of a weird one for me
Yeah,
because
you won't.
I had to like I don't know I find it very very strange because everyone back home was going to places in Ireland.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone I knew was. Some people went to some universities in England, but they were like completely like nobody I knew went to Bournemouth. I didn't know a single person coming over, so it was very scary coming over. But then again, there's some people that come from completely different countries,
Yeah,
and that could be scarier. You know what I mean?
like Guernsey.
Like, but I chose AUB because I'm not gonna lie, I was in a careers class and it was one of the first I came across. But that's not the no, that's not. But that's not the reason.
I'll just pick the
that's
first one.
But that's not the reason I chose it because I did go down the list, and one of my other choices, weirdly enough, was the University of Lincoln, which was one that I'm very glad I didn't go to because my uncle literally, I'll never forget it. It was one Christmas when I was talking about. Not like that. My uncle, we were talking about it, and he said to me, he's like, Alan, just so you know, Lincoln. Right, it has fuck all there, and I was like, "Oh, I've already chosen it."
By the
for
way,
I was like,
Sounds like
I was like,
Winchester.
"Merry Christmas, Alan, University of Lincoln." Don't
in
go
a
there.
car.
Do you know, him saying about University of Lincoln though reminded me of one of my auditions I did in London. I can't remember. I think it was just outside of London, and I went there, and it wasn't a drama school or it wasn't a university. It was this college that offered university courses. Which was really scary. So I went in. First of all, like there was metal detectors on the door. And you had to get in. I was like, bear in mind, I come from like Warminster, this tiny little town, and I've never experienced anything like that. I was like,
wrapped in a
what?
blanket.
I was like,
safety.
went in, and then like it was just this college, and they were giving us a tour, and it was like, yeah, this is the college, and they were like, here's the university floor. And we went right up to the top, and it was just, they went, here's the common room, and here's where you have lunch, and here's the computers. It was 4 computers at like these tiny little desks, and then the where you got food was just these metal trolley canteen, like hospital ones, and it was just in this room, and I was like, what
Here's the cells you're going to be staying in.
what the fuck is this? And then we went in and we did the workshop, and basically
Was
like
it ran by Hugh Grant?
No.
At the end of
No.
Paddington 2.
it was it felt like that. No, it was they had this blackout theatre. I was like, oh, this is so cool actually. Like I'm now seeing it, and I go, wow, cool. And they touched upon TV a bit, and I was like, cool. But we did this workshop, and then we like they were like, right, we're gonna do a workshop, and we're gonna do animals. And for me, before coming to uni, animals was the fucking like that was my biggest fear, pretending to be an animal on stage. I'm just like, I don't want to do it. And obviously with AUB in the first year you have to fucking be in first term. You have to be a fucking animal as well. But I was in this workshop in this audition and they were like, yeah, we're gonna be animals. And I was like, oh fuck's sake, here we go. And I was like, I just got to do it. And I got down and they were like, yeah, we're going to be lions. And we got on all fours and we were crawling around. And then I was just like, this is so awkward for me. And then this one person came up to me, looked at me right in the face and just growled at me for a minute. And I was like, ugh. And then they just walked away. And then I was just creasing for ages. And they were like, Jordan, you okay? I was like, yeah, it just got growled at though. I was like, what the hell?
I'll tell you what, I bet that person got in.
No, he didn't.
Confidence.
He was apparently he was a knob.
I was going to say, that reminds me of, I went to, I don't know if you guys did this here, but whenever you were in school, if there was like specific universities that were close to you, they would take you to those universities and you would do like an open day there.
Oh, I never had that.
Well, we had that with...
There's no universities around me.
There's loads of universities around me and I never did it.
Yeah, well, we had it...
There's not a lot of buildings around me, period.
That's how I feel.
Yeah, we did it for...
I got Greg's.
Well, here's a tour of Greg's. But we did one for Queen's, which is like the big university in Belfast. And Queen's University has like a big drama department. So I was like, oh, Belfast, I like Belfast. And then I went to it and it was basically like a lecture and they were like, okay, so then they were like doing like the presentation. I'm kind of sitting there like, oh, you know, it's drama. And everyone else is just looking so like serious. And I'm like, it's drama, you know, it's fun. And everyone's just like, okay. So like, what do we have to do for this like course? And I'm just sitting there like, you know, I'm trying to
play make believe.
I'm trying to get the excitement out of it, and then I nearly got up and left, but I was too socially awkward and I didn't because they said that the course was 90% written and 10% practical.
Why?
Yeah, which is like if it was 70% written and 30% practical, there's a part of me that would be like,
you were going to do a drama studies course.
Yeah, there's a part of me, right? If they said 70-30, I'd be like, okay, understandable. You know, written is a big part of it, but 90% written and 10% I was like, no. But then we did a workshop, right? And this is where I was like, okay, finally. Everyone else was just...
They growl at each other.
We just do worksheets. But everyone...
Was it one of those things they do in drama where everyone gets given like a survey to fill out, but because it's a drama studio, there are no chairs, so everyone's got to sit on the floor.
No,
you know what I'm talking about.
We've all been there.
But it was one of those ones where like they had to say like, okay, so walk around the room. So I'm like, walking around the room, like giving it everything. They're like, okay, now 10, and I'm just like, what? They didn't say, all right, what's going to happen is you're going to move at a quicker pace. You're going to do this here. Your guy just went 10, and I was just like. I actually kept walking, but looked, and it was a friend of mine. We were going out at the time. I kind of looked at her as if to say, like, "What are you doing?" You know, like, are you moving? I'm still going at the same pace. You know what I mean? And then he just went, "Touch the floor," and I was like, "Ah!" You know what I mean? Like, I just didn't know what to do, and I just remember thinking, like, what is? There's no structure. There's no not to downside. Queen's drama department, because I've learned that there's been a lot of really good actors and really people that still work in the industry that have gone on and done that. So it's a very, very successful university, and it's a fantastic university. I've done a tour of it illegally, which I'm not going to get into. But I just was like, it's such a lovely university, but I just didn't vibe with it. You know what I mean?
I think that's like that's a main part of it. Like so. Seeing as none of you asked.
Neil,
how are you doing?
Why did you come to AUB and then leave and then come back?
I can tell you all of it. So
just why did you come here?
Depression. No, I that wasn't actually the reason I left.
You loved it so much you joined twice.
Yeah, I came back for more. So yeah, I joined. I don't really know why I joined. I auditioned for like...
I don't know why I wanted to be an actor.
I auditioned for like a handful of
YouTube didn't work out
schools.
for me the first time.
Flashback.
Lamppost.
Sorry, I needed better acting advice for the lamppost sketches.
you're not a million miles off.
Yeah.
420 just wasn't.
But yeah,
Cut to Neil kicking a bottle cap.
I auditioned for a handful of drama schools and got into 2 of them, I think. And I auditioned for like Chichester University because a girl I was seeing went there. I also auditioned for Filton College in Bristol. Got in there.
That sounds good.
It was fine. I know people who go there and they seem to have had a good time doing it, so fair play.
Fair play.
But yeah, and
I was just
I
shit.
just rocked up to an audition at AUB. I didn't come to an open day. I didn't really do any research. I couldn't tell you who like went there. I couldn't tell you any alumni.
I can tell you who went there.
Edgar Wright.
But but not on the acting course.
And Doug Cockle.
Doug Cockle.
He didn't go there.
Yeah,
but
he didn't go
was,
there. He was-
acting.
Exactly.
See, that's the thing. I actually thought he went there.
Nice.
So whenever I went in, I'm so sorry to interrupt you, Neil, but whenever I
Okay.
went in the reception area, just where the big lecture theatre is, it was like footage of The Witcher, and I was like, oh my god, an acting student was in The Witcher. You know what I mean? And I'm not.
Was the Witcher?
Yeah.
Doug Cockle was the acting head.
The
senior-
voice.
He was the head
acting lecturer at EB.
Oh, yeah.
head lecture. He was
And
the
then he
head,
left
the
the
year
voice
we
of-
joined.
head of acting.
Yeah, and he is the voice actor for Geralt of Rivia in The Witcher 3. If nobody
Which is pretty
knows that.
cool.
Yeah,
All
that's
Witcher-
that's
all Witcher
another-
movies, isn't it? All Witcher games.
Yeah, all Witcher games. Sorry.
Not the TV series. That's Henry Cavill.
Yeah,
Henry
but that is
Cavill
another
not
reason
our
why I came though, because of that. Witch has been.
I
a
found that
massive
out on the
part-
day, and I was like, "That's cool."
No, Witch was a massive part of my growing up, and then I was like, oh my god, Doug teaches here. Oh my god! And then I was away for the summer just before I came to AUB, and I was in my room, and I went onto AUB, got a notification through because I was like subscribed to the newsletter, and it said, Doug Cockle says his farewells to AUB, and I was like, I was like, damn, and I was like, oh, I might drop. No, I'm joking. I might just.
That's me done.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't know anything about it, and then I did the audition, and I auditioned with our lecturer Ken, who is a wonderful human being, and I just really enjoyed the day. Like,
Yeah, it was a good
I just had
experience.
a really good audition, and was like, I could get on
What
with
did-
this.
what did you do?
campus.
Yeah, should we go? Should we say about audition?
Ooh.
What did you do for your
Yeah. So my auditions,
I did Killing Chuck.
Wow.
My auditions were Jesus, what were they? One of them was Benedict's monologue from Much Ado About Nothing,
Of course it was.
and
You love that piece.
yeah, and it's Shakespeare I know like the back of my hand, so it's just like yeah, cool, and it has been my audition for everything since.
It's a good one, though.
Yeah, it's a fun monologue, and it's not like the really popular one.
You do This Can Be No Trick, don't you?
No, I
you
do.
do,
I do much wonder that one.
yeah,
man,
yeah.
I love the man. Blah 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 blah. But I think I did the Last Days of Judas Iscariot, which if I did means that the auditions I did for our third year shows were the same as my auditions I did when I actually
That is
auditioned to get into the
beautiful.
uni. But I don't actually remember my contemporary one. I think it was that.
Yeah. What did you do, Jordan?
So I had my audition with David O'Shea, which I was so happy about. I was so
Our
happy.
Lord and Saviour.
And I did one of Bottom's monologues from A Midsummer Night's Dream, and that was my Shakespeare, and I also did a contemporary piece called 4,000 Miles, which is the one that I do a lot and is under my belt, which is the guy who loses his mate in a car crash. Really, really good piece. Like I will always use that contemporary. It's fantastic. My Bottom monologue, I actually got feedback after. And David said that I was too young to be playing Bottom, which I totally agree, and I really regret choosing it.
Also, in an audition, like I've always viewed audition pieces as like being just able to do what you want.
Yeah,
like,
I think it's a learning curve as well, though, because I still got in. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
true.
I genuinely thought I had not screwed it, but like hearing David say that, I was like, oh shit, yeah.
Because it's not professional actors they're looking for. They're looking for trainee actors with potential that
Exactly.
they can work on.
And then I got feedback on that, and that was what he said. But I also got feedback on my 4,000 Miles piece, and he really liked it. He said some of the like words I slipped up upon, but he really liked the piece. and I prefer I did at the time prefer contemporary
Yeah.
work. So yeah, it was an alright audition actually, and I just enjoyed the day. It was really nice and really chilled. I came out and I felt good about it.
And the campus is like great.
Campus was fantastic. Me and my parents actually spent a bit of the day there, just chilling out, getting coffee,
Yeah.
and seeing like all the places, which was nice. And I don't know, it's AB's small enough to feel like safe and like homely, but big enough to expand your knowledge and also feel like you're growing up.
Like you're not going to be constantly surprised. Like you're not going to constantly see new people. Like you see sort of similar people every day. Like oh, is that it? Like
But you also
it's a
know,
place to build connection.
You also know you're in an arts uni.
Oh yeah,
Oh, God,
absolutely.
yeah.
The people walking around, you're like, I love it because everyone's just so like unique.
I actually.
But you can always tell an
style.
acting student.
Oh yeah,
Because we're
always
just
wearing
wandering
black.
around in
The first time I went to campus, I saw someone with a backpack that was just a big ear.
Or like a human ear, or
Just
like.
that's just AUB.
Just a
isn't it?
large
They killed a giant.
human ear.
Yeah.
BFG.
What about you?
What's my opinion on giant ears? Love them.
No,
Big fan.
Yeah,
your
big
yeah.
Yeah, my audition was. I had a lovely time doing my audition. Because I had to fly over for mine. I didn't have to. I had the option to record it, which is what some international students do if it's too far. But literally, I'm just next door, so I figured why not? I'm not really international. I'm more just like half international.
It's the bit of the island we call.
We bit of the one left to the
bit
side.
that we didn't want.
Yeah. That is actually very true.
Which bit,
But,
which bit did we?
Did we want?
we didn't want
We
that.
actually we didn't want Northern Ireland. We wanted Ireland.
But you got Northern Ireland. Taking or leaving.
Yeah, but Ireland does have Galway.
That's true. But what happened was I flew over with my mum and dad. We kind of just made like a little holiday out of it. We had to fly to London and then travel all the way down to Bournemouth, which was a bit of a trek, but it was worth it. We literally came up on the Friday, flew on the Friday morning, and then flew back Saturday night. So they literally came over just for the audition. It was lovely. But
What pieces did you do?
So I did The Genius by Howard Brenton, which is the weirdest but most wonderful monologue I've ever done in my life. And it's basically about this mathematician who it's just such a weird play, and I just kind of really vibed with the guy. It's basically about this mathematician who used to work for the government, and then he realized this theory for an atomic bomb, and he became terrified that they were going to use it for war. So he basically moved to London, changed his identity, and then just started doing drugs and drinking alcohol and having sex with every single girl he saw. Like it's just the most wonderful monologue.
Why did you vibe with it, Alan?
Yeah,
No,
it's
because
just, that's so Alan Chambers.
oh, you know
Where
me.
are you acting?
Yeah, but what happened was this smart he works at a university, and then this girl who's like really really smart, she starts to draw out these symbols on the snow, and then he's getting ready to have sex with this girl on the snow, and then he sees the things and he thinks he's going crazy. He's like, what the fuck? Oh my god, it's following me, and he thinks the government's after him. So
how does she draw in the snow? With P?
No, she's actually
So
What the
That's
fuck does your mind go?
The
Yeah,
best way
why-
to draw things in the snow.
how would she draw it with P
I don't
if she
know,
was a
she-
woman? She would have to like
crab
bend-
about.
fuck me.
Do a little squat.
She had like a bottle of
Figure
piss. Lucas had a bottle full of piss.
Oh
and
yeah, you
just-
squeeze it and it
Yeah.
comes out real sharp.
But
What the fuck is this?
yeah, I don't know. But yeah, so I did that
At least
monologue,
get like a stick. And
yeah, but I think it
Pee
was a
on it.
stick actually.
was it a stick?
Yeah, I think it was a stick.
That seems more, you know.
Yeah,
Logical.
You should have specified who's going to think it's a stick off the bat.
But
Most people with a.
most people with a fucking brain. But anyway,
Do you have to specify everything to protect you from start just talking about pee?
What?
but anyway, enough about piss. What happened was I did that monologue, and then I did Romeo and Juliet, the Banished one, where he says "'Tis torture, not mercy." But the thing that happened in my audition, which is something that always stuck with me, was I had Petronella, who was a lovely woman.
Terrifying woman.
Terrifying, but her approach
Don't know her.
is
She's amazing.
she's
I
fantastic.
love that woman.
But
But yeah,
intimidating.
see, I did my The Genius first, and then I did Romeo and Juliet second. And at the end, I start like, acting, crying, doing the whole kind of one knee, and then I'm like hesitating, and then I do that, and then I stand up, and she's just staring at me like this. For I swear to God, 30 fucking seconds. But 30 seconds, whenever you're in it,
Oh yeah.
feels like
a lifetime.
it feels like a long time.
Yeah, just
But the thing is, I'm just making eye contact with her. But she's got like 2 students behind her. It's like The Apprentice. It's like Alan Sugar's in the middle, and he's got the 2 accountants beside him.
Nick and whoever the woman is now.
Yeah, and I'm kind of just like looking at both of them as if to say like, I did it, and they're just smiling. But Petrona's just like this here, and then she just says, "Do you know another piece?" And I just was like, "Oh, I did a dreadful job." Immediately, I was like, "Oh, I did a dreadful," and I was like, yeah, I know Arthur Miller's The Crucible. I know that. She's like, "Oh, nothing American," and I was like, "Okay, I know that, or British, nothing American or British," and I just went,
What's left?
"Oh, fuck," and then I was like, "I know an Irish one, I know an Irish one." She was like, "Oh, brilliant! Oh, I want to see an Irish one," and I just so I did Shadow of a Gunman by Sean O'Casey, who's a very famous Irish playwright, and it's basically like set during the.
Nice.
Sorry, I was
intrigued.
I'm not gonna lie. I was in my head going, I'm noting these down for future reference. That's why I went.
It's recording, you know.
Yeah.
You can watch this back.
It's a very good monologue.
Physically record them.
But I think it's honestly it's been so long since I've read it that I kind of forgot what happened in it. But I just remembered the kind of monologue because I did it for my drama school, not drama school, my drama club type thing. But and then I did that, but I forgot the words, so I just made it up on the spot. So I just basically took Sean O'Casey's amazing Irish plays and just kind of made an Alan version of it, which you really shouldn't do. No. But she didn't know it, so I got away with it. And then
I think equally they're more lenient if you aren't word perfect.
Let's really hope we don't put this up on that. Let's really hope we don't go, "Hey, tutors, check it out."
Watch this.
Yeah, but
I fluked my way into uni.
No. But the thing was, it wasn't like I added dialogue. It's just that I was like, I know what he says.
You've changed it for your own benefit.
Paraphrase is the right word to
bits
use.
up and
That's fair enough. Paraphrasing you're allowed to do.
Yeah, I didn't change the entire play all of a sudden. It wasn't like, well, hey, he's now a drug dealer. Oh, you know what I mean?
And then
Just-
an X-wing.
I was literally about to make a Star Wars reference.
I remembered what monologue I did.
What was it?
What my contemporary one was. It wasn't Last Days of Judas Iscariot. It
What
was Paul's monologue from a chorus line.
Oh yes, you did do that.
Yeah,
That's
which was
beautiful,
a wonderful
Chorus
monologue
line's
about a guy's first experience with being gay and coming out and his parents finding out.
You did that for your.
I also did that in second year when I was auditioning for my third year shows the first
Which
time.
you never
round.
did.
So I've not really progressed much in 2 years.
But the thing is, you have progressed quite a lot.
Oh yeah,
because
the pieces were completely different.
Yeah.
Well,
when
we
I
had to
did it
do.
again,
We had to do.
I revisited them.
Because obviously we had to do our. You were there when we did our auditions for the third year shows.
Yeah, I was with you guys.
Yeah, and I
what did you do for that?
I did the same. I did the same monologue.
You went back and did your
Bottom, which not bottom. Much Ado About Nothing, Benedict's monologue, which I should have learnt a new one for, and then I did 4,000 Miles again. However, we had to do self tapes as well over lockdown.
Yes, we did.
And we all had meetings about what monologues to suggest what we do. And the person I had who was basically saying, what I think you should do for your monologues, she didn't have a clue. She literally gave me all these monologues and she was like, I just can't read you. I just don't know what you're doing. And I even did my contemporary for her. And she's like, yeah, I don't know. And she actually said it was too depressing, which I was like, that's fair enough. It is a depressing piece, but I kind of like it.
But, yeah, I like being
and it works.
depressed.
But yeah, she didn't have a clue, and I was like, oh damn. So over lockdown, I had to search up new monologues. I was like, I don't have a fucking clue what I want to do.
I had a similar experience whenever I was doing the auditions for the third year shows, because I think everyone was overthinking that, because not overthinking it, but I think everyone was kind of understandably nervous for doing that, because they were like, oh, we're getting cast, so we need to do a really, really good one. And I did the same. I did Romeo, same one as Shakespeare, but I wanted to do a completely different
Contemporary.
But I wanted to do a comedy. I wanted to do something funny, but kind of like I was looking into a lot of Martin McDonagh and stuff, which is like my favorite playwright, also one of my favorite filmmakers, and like I just really wanted to get something darkly funny. Like it's not this what they're talking about isn't funny, but like it's funny because the way they're saying it.
Yeah.
But like unlike Adam Sandler, who's just like you know what I mean? Like it's the way they're saying.
Adam Sandler.
My name is Adam Sandler. But the way they're saying it is like it's because it's real.
Everybody go watch Hubie Halloween. It's amazing.
Masterpiece.
Fantastic.
But
Best movie of the year.
But I did this monologue which I remember in A-level drama somebody did, and I mean it with the utmost respect. He was dreadful in it, but like because the entire scene is like this. It's like this casting agent, but he's trying to convince this guy to cast Richard Chamberlain as the role of an Indian man. And it's like it's so wrong, but it's hilarious. It's from like it wasn't even from a play. It was like a book of monologues called Drinking in America, and the scene literally opens up with him doing cocaine on the table and then calling someone, going like, Sid, what's up, man? I got you, Richard fucking Chamberlain, Rich, the Bubble store. You know the fuck, it's gonna happen. You know what I mean? Like he's full of cocaine. He's going crazy, but how the guy did it in my drama class was hilarious because. You know the way in film, I've never done cocaine before, but you know the way in films, they always do like a quick little, and it's like, he did it like this.
It's like an arm's length.
Holy shit, you killed it.
Okay, like, he did it just like almost like it was a dance move, you know what I mean?
We went. And that's done.
Okay, but yeah, I really like connected with that monologue in a weird way. Not the drug part, but just the insanity, and it's kind of like
hell.
high level energy.
Yeah, it's like high level energy, and it's like he's trying to convince him that it's the right thing to do, even when it's not. Not that I've ever done that, but I just mean I was kind of just like, this is so funny to me. Like it's so wrong, but it's hilarious, and I was like, right, that's my one. But I did that, and I think that you were there, but whenever I did it, I was so full of energy, and I think a lot of people actually thought I was on fucking cocaine because I just was like just stumbling all over the place, and I was like, hey, no, we gotta do this. You would have sworn I was in a fucking like auction house, and I was going like 125.
I remember it being very, very quick.
Yeah, I just was like going for it.
It's mad how quickly you can get a monologue done though if you just you can go from like a 2.5 minute monologue down to like 1 minute 25. You just speed up.
It depends on your pace and your tempo.
Like I turned like for our self tapes, I completely changed it. Like I had to do 2 new things. So I did a contemporary, which was a monologue about a guy who is literally just living in self-loathingness, and he's like, it was perfect for lockdown. It was just like, I wake up, I eat cookies and all this, and I was like, it's perfect for lockdown, and I like that's why I got all my feedback as well. It was just perfect because of everything that's happening, which was really fucking fun to do.
It's like art imitating
But
life.
my Shakespeare piece, I had wanted to do one of his monologues for so long because he's 19 and it's Henry V. And the monologue I chose to do was the prayer he does before he goes into battle. He does this prayer to himself that is just literally just like spewing how he doesn't want his soldiers to die and everything. And it was the best fucking monologue I've ever done in my life. It's so good. Nice. It's like I'll show you. I'll link you guys at some point because it's such a good monologue to do.
Because that's quite a good monologue, just because it's not a hugely done Shakespeare play.
No, it's not at all. It's not at all.
Like,
that's why I want to do it.
You've got like Much Ado, Romeo and Juliet, Midsummer's Night Dream, like
Macbeth.
the
big one, like
Hamlet, like
yeah.
They're these sort of like. Yeah, you do them, and you can do fun things with them, and you can interpret them.
There's only so many times you can interpret.
But it's trying to find a good monologue that isn't done to death.
Well, the histories aren't done. They're not like the Edwards, the Henrys. Like they're not done enough.
No,
and it was because obviously
is that from the cripple one?
Yeah, Edward the
Richard.
Third. No,
It's
Richard
Richard
the Third. Richard the Third.
That one's done up quite.
But like obviously as well, like the Netflix show The King came out, which is the story of Henry the Fifth, which not many people liked. I really fucking enjoyed it.
What is
Timothy
Chalamet.
Yeah.
Chalamet.
Timothy
Chalamet.
Chalamet.
And Robert Pattinson.
Yes, which he's
He's
very good in.
Robert Sandler.
And so yeah, I chose that. And I was
Timothy
just like,
Chalamet.
I watched that. The actual speech.
M. Night Shyamalan.
The actual speech isn't in the film.
Oh,
It's just in the play. But it's awesome to do.
Is that film based on Shakespeare? Or is it like just the story?
I think it's like the actual
story.
history.
Yeah,
Okay,
I don't.
It's not in Shakespeare. Like it's not like
No, it's not in
Macbeth
Shakespeare.
that
It's
came out
it,
with,
actually maybe it is. I
Fassbender.
can't remember particularly. I knew my dad didn't understand it properly. I had to explain it to him. Sorry, Dad, for dropping you in there. But yeah, like that was a sick piece to do, and it kind of made me realize like I just love Shakespeare pieces now.
Yeah.
Like, and to be fair, going back to our third year auditions, like I said, I did Benedict's monologue. I thought I fucking fucked out completely. I was like, oh, that was fucking shit. But yeah, I got cast in A Winter's Tale.
Oh yeah, true.
Which I was like, what? Because
Can I be honest? I was like, where are you going with this? But then I completely forgot that we were in the Winter's Tale.
yeah, we were in The Winter's Tale.
Kind of a big deal. About it.
And obviously I played Florizel, which was a massive opportunity. Like I didn't even consider myself ever playing.
Also,
the role
quite a
of that.
similar role to
Benedict in that
like,
sense.
in a-
Yeah. I enjoyed it a lot more.
Kind of a
than
mix
doing-
between Benedict and Claudio.
Yeah. Like I struggled so much trying to understand Florizel as a character because he is literally just
In love.
in love,
That's his
and
whole
it's like that's his arc throughout. Is just falling in love. And there's one glimpse of just like a redeeming quality about himself where he goes, "No, I need to go and sort this
Yeah.
With my papa.
with my papa."
My
But it was still such a brilliant opportunity.
Yeah, I had a similar experience with Winter's Tale. You know what I mean? I just was like it was just such a strange experience getting cast in Shakespeare because the entire time you're thinking, like, am I good at this? Like,
Yeah,
is
it's
there,
hard.
Is there a reason why I'm cast in this? Is
You're
it because
great in it though.
yeah, no, like
You were wonderful in it, and you were able
Appreciate
to.
Cheers, guys! Really appreciate
Oh,
that.
you as well.
Fuck
you were all right. Anyway, compliment.
I forgot you were there.
Sorry.
No, you were very good in that.
I was-
He expressed doubts. You were like, oh, it was fine.
Oh yeah, I don't. Yeah.
I asked for the compliments.
Yeah,
You didn't.
Yeah, you
he was
did.
digging for
Yeah,
it.
fuck you. Anyway, go
He
on.
knows how to reel
I'm
us
only
in.
That's just Alan.
I'm only joking. I don't fish for.
Zach,
That's why.
what was your like interview process like?
Yeah.
'Cause I imagine it being completely different to ours.
Yeah,
We didn't
because
really interview.
they're not interested in your ability to act.
I wonder why.
Strange.
But no, so you just you go for an interview and you show them like I brought like 10 minutes worth of film material. 5 minutes of it was 2 scenes from this like just sixth form class project we were doing that I was basically producing and editing and doing the sound for. So I brought them 2 scenes from that as a work in progress, and then I don't think I showed them those, but I did show them 5 minutes of this film I was doing at the time, and I was just doing it as like a one-man band. Like I shot it, I did like literally everything.
Yeah.
And I remember the section of it I had was like 5 minutes long, and because you had to give it to them on a memory stick, and then they open it and play it. And I was with I think I was with the film lecturer Babby,
Oh,
who
What a legend.
the world
It's
is
a
a
very-
fucked up place.
yeah. So context at the end of first year, there's a screening, and Babby does a PowerPoint presentation where he just says, "The world is fucked up," and there's just this big PowerPoint slide that just says, "The world is fucked up," and then it just loads of it. And so I'm meeting this guy for the first time, and he is.
That was the first time I met him during that.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. So he's a very dry-witted man, and so he's watching.
No,
God, yeah. carry
So
on,
so
I can if you
No,
want.
don't.
so Babby, who I've met for the first time, is watching my film, and he gets about 4.5 minutes through it, and then he stops it,
Oh,
And I'm like, oh, it's just like, do I even respond?
tosses the thing out the window.
Gets a hammer.
Because I don't want to do the vain thing of
okay.
like, oh no, it's not. There's more.
No, if you actually press play, there's
You
actually-
missed the best part.
But yeah, no, he was just like, yeah, I think I've seen enough of this one.
Nice.
He definitely meant well, but
Yeah, but the acting lecturers do that in the sense of if they think they've seen enough, they will
Oh,
just
yeah,
say.
Oh yeah,
stop.
they'll stop you. Yeah.
yeah.
It's
I mean,
not so
knowing some of the AV lecturers now, if they don't like you, they won't ask you to stop because they're like, this is hilarious.
It sounds about the case.
I remember like because you have like crit sessions when you finish your film and you screen it as a group, and I remember on one particular unit, I won't name any particular films or people, but there was one film that was by far the worst film that I'd done to date at AUB.
Oh, dear.
And among the 3 crit sessions I went to for 3 films I'd work on, that particular crit section, I mean, at least it felt like it went on for the longest because they were just like taking turns on it. But yeah, no, the AB lecturers they're fun. They're a lot of very big personalities.
Like good people.
And I think that
Good
works
eggs.
for university lecturers because you don't want someone to just read a PowerPoint and then go home.
Yeah. Which is happening a lot at the minute because of lockdown, which is a shame.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where you understand why, but it still is suckish
frustrating.
because we
But
had,
still, like,
we
I mean-
had a glimpse in. Sorry to interrupt you. Mate. We had a glimpse into it. What it was like post.
Story.
Doesn't care.
I'm really annoyed. We had a glimpse into it post, not post lockdown, like before lockdown, before or Rovid.
Rovid 18.
Yeah, bleep out what I said before Rovid 18.
Spanish flu.
That face.
Spanish flu. Before Rovid 18. But we had a glimpse into what university was like before that. And then now there's people that go into it and they don't necessarily know what that is because of the way the world is, and that's a shame. So
Yeah, I
big
feel
shout
bad.
out to
I feel
everyone
bad for
that's
people
going
who
through that.
joined this year.
Yeah.
But
I feel
also,
like-
I'm sure you're still having a good experience.
You have our absolute love and support, by the way. If that's changes anything, because it does suck.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it.
I know.
It does suck.
Yeah, like I know we say that it is shit that everything's going on,
Yeah.
but it's
Super
also good that you're
I
still.
mean, yeah.
It's also good that people are still coming to university.
It's just like
yeah,
we're
big
not trying
time.
to discourage anyone from coming to uni this year. Like, however, we're just saying if you are, it's going to be a bit of a rough year.
Yeah.
It's going
But
to
it's
be a
also
little bit
you are like people coming to university this year will change the fucking game in the sense of they are proving to us and to the rest of the world that the arts is still as relevant as it.
still
Oh,
ever
hell yeah.
has
and
been.
still able to work. Like I
And
was
still
so
able
I,
to
I took a year out, and you guys obviously did Winter's Tale this time last year, give or take.
Oh, God, yeah.
And
Holy shit!
That's
then
a
you
year
did.
ago.
You guys did Treasure Island in. You did
did
Treasure
Treasure
Island in what?
Fucking
March,
amazing show.
May.
March.
March.
So
rather.
we started in end
February.
and yeah, like
Yeah.
In about
Yeah.
3 weeks' time, it'll be a year since Remnants.
So you guys got to do those performances, but then obviously Rovid happened, and it was everything was put on hold, but you were still able to come back and do your performances. And like,
Yeah.
so I'm back this year, and I'm doing performances but instead of just doing it acting in front of an audience, because obviously you can't have an audience in at the moment.
it's being streamed.
It's been live streamed.
And the
So
good thing is as well, yeah,
we're
like,
filming them and they're being edited, and
yeah.
yeah, that's exciting, and it's
It's
a
kind of
thing that
lovely,
isn't
yeah.
happening.
It's definitely in the experimental
many other
stages.
places.
But that's
Yeah.
also amazing. Yeah, like Neil just said, like there's a lot of places that have just turned everything online. That like a lot of drama schools they had to cancel a lot of their showings for lecturers to come in or agents to come in. They also
I think
have to do a lot
drama
of
schools they're doing lessons in buildings, but they're not working towards
no,
anything
because
yet.
a lot of their shows are self-taping now.
Yeah.
They're doing a lot of which in a way we were already ahead of the game.
Yeah, because we've been self-taping since first year.
Well,
We had the acting for film unit.
acting
did.
for film unit, so we
It's
had to
basically a
learn
self-tape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we had to learn all that. So yeah, like AUB is playing a very sick game. Like it's sick by
Sick.
good. in that respect.
Very
That's
good.
a sick game.
A very cool game in the sense of they are trying their hardest, their absolute hardest, to continue doing what they set out to do.
Yeah.
I cannot tell you how forever grateful I am that I got to do my final show.
Yeah.
Like I remember whenever like it was the second last day, and our director Ken, who we mentioned before, was giving a talk, and he was giving a talk. He honestly absolute hero, and I just remember thinking to myself, oh my god, we're actually doing this, because I had like a bit of the famous Tim Minchin imposter syndrome, and I was like, I didn't really know. I was kind of like, why am I like, what is this? Is this actually happening? And I just remember like, it was like I had to kind of interrupt and be like, Ken, can I just say, listen, thank you so much for this. And it was one of those things where like, I'm not a crier, and I didn't cry, but I knew that I was going to break into tears, so I was kind of just like, I was just like, you know what I mean? I was like,
He's not a crier.
Yeah, Alan, I think of all the people around the table,
You're a crier.
You're a crier.
I'm a crier. I know I'm a crier.
Tune in next week.
I
Watch
like
Alan cry.
it's just a footage of my face just crying the entire time.
crying.
I mean, yeah, I'm
He's
a
going
bit
to
of
be
a crier.
sat there,
Just
looking at the camera.
facing
He's
the
actually going
camera.
to do a self-tape.
Of just me crying.
Just crying.
My emotions.
And we'll upload,
My emotions.
and we'll upload that instead of a podcast.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like Shia LaBeouf whenever he like watched his own films. It's
Oh,
just like footage of
I
me.
love Shia's reaction video. It's so long and so
incredible.
worth it.
It's incredible. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, we've been talking for a while, and
I think this is a good place to
yeah, I think
leave it.
next week
Maybe
maybe
come
we'll.
on, we're 3 minutes off an hour.
Yeah,
Oh my-
but we had
Holy shit, are we actually?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but we had all this stuff before.
57.
We're
Oh, we
probably
did,
at
yes.
around 55 minutes.
Set out what we wanted to do.
But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the sort of more long format than last week. Hopefully the video quality and lighting and just everything's a little bit better than last week.
Mike's the same.
Yeah, and the content.
Yeah, and the content.
The sound's the only thing we actually know what we're doing with.
Yeah. We're
And by
gonna
He
we,
knows what
we
he's
mean
doing.
he.
Yeah.
we're gonna probably experiment with the setup in the next couple of videos, seeing
See
what
what
works.
happens.
Yeah.
Possibly have cameras closer
Try
to
and
us.
Try
Introduce
different
more
rooms,
cameras.
see if we can. See what happens if we try an episode in the
Yeah.
bathroom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
The
go
dance
crazy.
is
one.
Because we got one, and the floor space is probably the size of this table.
Yeah.
Um,
And also, like we said, we are aiming to bring out a podcast every week.
Yeah.
That was what we set out to do. We are going to do that.
just get on our feet first.
Even if we have no one listening or viewing it.
Also, we've changed our release date, so this will come out Monday, the
Monday.
26th.
Yep.
Up there. And then hopefully it will be every Monday following. Because Wednesdays are the day that Sam Brown releases, and Sam Brown is better at content than we are, and actually
His
keeps
content
up
is
with
just
that.
different.
And go and check out his
Better.
toe thumb documentary, which he didn't know he had toe thumbs until we said it in second
Yeah,
year.
it's our fault that he
Wow.
knows he has this.
It's that fault that
Deformity.
video exists.
Yeah, so go and check that out. Put a proposal out there to these guys because they haven't. I only came up with it today. Next week podcast. Sorry, that's gonna fuck up sound a bit. Halloween is coming around very quickly.
It is.
And
It will have just been Halloween next time we upload.
yeah. So I'm thinking we're gonna do a little Halloween special
Yeah, something Halloween-y.
and probably drunk.
I mean, yeah.
Why
I'm
not?
I'm down for that.
Yeah.
Also to celebrate Halloween, but also celebrate the fact that
We're drunk.
Oktoberfest has just happened.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oktoberfest is a thing that I like because
We like.
people drink.
We did watch a film called Beer Fest,
Go watch
which
Beer Fest.
you should definitely go and check out because it's
It's
fantastic.
amazing.
So yeah, we're gonna do a drunk Halloween special.
And I think
Yeah.
next week we will talk less about the uni experience from the sort of academic point of view,
More just
and
about
maybe
our
tell
experience.
some stories about the
Yeah.
uni life and some fun
we got
things that
absolutely
happen.
good stories. I
And-
could expand on the
Baby.
baby stuff.
Yeah, yeah, and we'll try and get a little bit more after dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and not in a pornographic way.
I was gonna say that sounded very suggestive.
Like the name is acting
After
after
dark.
dark. It'll be less about acting in the day and more what we get up to.
Acting
when
at
we're
night.
drunk. And yeah, I think drinking.
Role playing.
I could tell the
wonderful
story
idea.
about that time I went out alone at night and I thought I met a mermaid.
Oh God, yeah.
I can tell that story about when I got mugged.
We couldn't.
Tune in next time.
Anyway, thanks for everything.
Or when my friend Nick stabbed me in the leg with glass.
Or one of the many times I ended up in hospital.
Or the time where Nick broke your phone and I stole a brick
Or that
from a
time.
shopping trolley.
Or that time, someone rugby tackled me and not James McPheeters, Luke McPheeters down the stairs in 31.
Or
Tune in next
the time that we recorded our first podcast and I ended up in hospital.
Oh
Was that the same night?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, that was the same.
So much
night.
has happened
was the
since we
same
last
night.
saw each other, guys.
Yeah. Anyway,
But yeah, we'll go into more detail next week.
Yeah. Might even get some guest speakers in the future.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
we will
At some
be
point,
on,
we
yeah.
will get guests on, including Sam Brown and
Yeah.
possibly Sam Davis of the Lamppost. Go follow the Lamppost.
Don't go and follow the lamppost.
I
It's
hate
a
you, Sam.
sick, twisted game.
Anyway, thank you so much for joining. Stay safe. Make sure to hit the little red button.
Turn on that bell. Get those notifications.
Smash
Ring
that like button.
Smash that like
Like,
button.
and hit subscribe.
And
Beat your
we will
train.
see you in the next podcast.
See you in 2 weeks' time.
No, we'll see you in 1 week's
We'll
time.
see you in 1 week.
2 weeks.
We will get better at saying
7
goodbye.
weeks. 7 weeks.
Exit
That's it,
pursued
7
by a
weeks.
bear.
We have a very inconsistent schedule.
Why? Why? Every time I say it.
I was
it's
gonna
not the
say we
last
should have
thing.
done that a little bit better.
Go
When
on.
exit pursued by bear happens, we cut.
Shut up.